The inside.
For clothes that Tristan lost.
On Tropical Storm Erin. That developed yesterday. Right now, winds at 45 miles per hour, sitting just under 700.
You two take care of Levi.
A state of emergency has been issued for New Jersey. As coastal communities brace for flooding and potentially damaging winds. Kate May.
Insane how much water has come on shore.
This is what it's going to look like.
Pushed onshore by Hurricane Erin.
Hello everyone, this is AJ. So by now I have taken dozens of bike trips that involve driving over several hours with a bike, and I've gotten pretty used to packing essentials for these kinds of rides. But this last trip to Jersey Shore was different. We did the beach and the boardwalk the first day. The next day I got ready and started my ride. Alright guys, yet another ride in New Jersey Shore. Bike is ready, so let's go. I checked my watch to make sure that I'll be back on time for the ferry ride. The air was muggy in the upper 70, not so typical with the Hurricane Erin looming offshore. Our itinerary included spending time at the beach one day, then going on a bike ride and taking dolphin spotting ferry the next day. Weirdly enough, from day one, the weather was not making sense. On the first day at the beach, 1 hour it would be sunny, the next cold and windy. Interestingly enough, Hurricane was miles away offshore, so we weren't too much concerned. But things change by the hours. More on that later. Winds carried sand through the air, which got stuck to the camera lens, as you will see on the first part of the ride. And swimming at the beach was suspended.
Any way you like. Mix them up any way you like.
Sunshine and bacon are not permitted on any movie front.
Oddly enough, on the morning of the bike ride, the weather suddenly improved. The sun came out, everything felt calm. Considering all the storm warning, it really felt like calm before the storm. So I soaked up a little bit of sunshine at the start of the ride and couldn't resist stopping for a quick gyro. The smell of cooked food in the air was just too tempting.
I don't know where it's just got my eye off of Holy.
Along my route, I passed lifeguard stands flying the red flags, and there was nobody on the beach by that time. Winds were drifting in from northeast and gusts up to 30 to 40 miles, pushing ocean swells towards the shore. sixth sense was telling me something was off. As the ride went on, gusty winds picked up midway, strong enough to knock somebody over. Especially on a bike, it felt even more intense. So I pushed through the headwinds as tiny raindrops hit my face and glasses, making it harder and harder to continue. The air had turned much cooler and I could sense the storm was closing in. So that was the time when I decided it would be better if I just turn around and make it back to the hotel safely. I think it was still worth riding the bike. As you can see, this is a lovely town to just explore on your bike. And I didn't stop for any coffee or anything because I didn't want my bike to just fly away with the winds. Instead, I made a plan with the family and we'll head out later in the evening to a coffee shop and maybe grab some snacks and coffee. And I think I mentioned that before. I've ridden on these streets several times before in the past years, but I've never seen these streets so empty, except for some cars. And I'm pretty sure these people are used to winds and storms kind of weather, but I think today was different. It was a bit too intense. And the takeaway of this ride was essentially that sometimes you have to listen to your gut feelings, and if you feel that a ride can get risky, you probably should not keep going. As one of the cyclists once told me that he got injured while riding the bike, and it was also weather related, and his doctor told him that if he had stopped and not gone out, he would have been still riding his bike the next year, same time. So I'm glad I didn't continue. And I'm still happy that I at least got 42 kilometers on this ride. Do tell me in the comment section below, what would you have done in a situation like this? And have you ever ridden in a bad weather, storm or rain, and decided that you will also not continue your ride?
Yeah, baby.
Sweetness and no, or